What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today we're going to be going over another DB replay. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's not a lot. We're on over the 10K. We're going to be diving on in here. We're going to be seeing the Cookie again up going first with 583 and then 1,395 rating. I see some flu cards over here already. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I think I already said that. We see a Veiler, an Ash, a Bestial, a Lurie, and a Dark Beckoning Beast. So not looking too good. We are going first, so we will have a normal summon, and then if we have access to the Fiendsmith engine, I guess we can get this. You know, it's kind of hard to add back the Fiendsmith now that we don't have Lacrima anymore. So there is that. If this gets hit with a hand trap, we're going to be kind of sitting pretty. Not very much we can do, but we do have double hand trap, and then get a Ball Drake against any other deck. And then over here we see a Pot of Duality, a Eaglin, a Stree, a Adventure, and then a Dark Ruler no more. So we're going to go kind of crazy here. Dark Ruler is going to be going really good against this. I don't think they're going to get that much far into the deck, especially if they only go for the Yama line. And then, of course, that's going to do nothing versus this deck. Then yeah, so we have already Eaglin and Stree, and then Advent, which can search for the field spell. So we have essentially full combo. So we're going to be seeing the Dark Beckoning Beast resolving, going for the opening. And then we're going to be searching for the Dark Beckoning Beast. Normal summon, go up into the Yama. We all know how this works. Or actually, we're going to Moon here, which is going to give us access to the whole entire play. This is going to be a lot better for us. We get to go for Princess, and then we get to do the whole sending the Lurie, and then that's going to summon back out the Lurie, as well as get us a draw off this, which is pretty cool. And then Lurie will summon itself out, as well as get a job. We draw a Nightmare Throne, which is going to be full access now. We can activate the effect of this, which can now give us access to Samsardi Lotus. Samsardi Lotus come in normal summoned because we have the additional, or I guess we don't have the additional normal because we already additionally normaled that. So we'll just destroy a spirit from the deck in this case, which is really sick though. So we go into the sequence, and then sequence is going to then activate its effects. Or we're going to go for the spirit, going for the Yubel here. And then we're going to go Engraver, put back, overlay up into, no, we're just going to link away into a Yama. Yama then going to activate the effect, searching for the Shavara. And then we're going to be putting the, yeah, okay, for Phantom. And then we get to sequence to make the Desiree. We can Shavara pop the sequence, summon itself out, which is going to be the material that we need for that Caesar. Or we can link away for a Muckraker as well. Sequence will then be able to equip to the Desiree. We're going to be seeing the Muckraker activate the effect, discarding the Baldrake to summon out the Spirit, and then we're going to be destroying that. Or, yeah, activate. Then we destroy it with the Nightmare Pain, search for the Squirmer. Activate, summon out the Yubel here. And then we can destroy the Shavara. We can destroy the Yubel with the Shavara. And it's going to be the full combo. But it doesn't do anything versus, unfortunately, versus the Floowandereeze deck. And Dark Ruler is going to be quite nice, especially because if they don't negate it with the Desiree, it's not going to do anything. I don't think they're going to have any spells to kind of chain block it either with. We see us go for the Rage, then we're going to be setting the Trap. It's going to be the Escape, which can pop, but not going to do anything here. And so we choose to go for the Rage line over going for that Caesar, which is all right. You know, you'll be able to pop this, summon back out, and then we're going to be seeing the Yama trigger. So being able to summon, but in this case, you have double hand traps. You have follow up with the Squirmer. You have numerous cards you can put back for this for the gates later. You summon with the Spirit. Once again, we have Nightmare Pain. We have Phantom. You know, overall, if we weren't playing against Floowandereeze, we'd have a great board. So we see for turn, we draw another Advent. Then we're going to go Duality for a evenly matched an Apex and a Monarch. So yeah, we're going to be seeing Floowandereeze take this game. If they don't, I don't really know what to tell you. So then we're going to see the Dark Ruler being dropped. And that's going to be negated. Or, yeah, we don't even care. Battle phase, and then evenly matched. What are we keeping here is the question. I feel like we probably just keep the Phantom, and then everything else just goes. Pretty clear choice. We're going to go Escape, target Desiree, target that. Just so that we can get our keeps our card on the field. And we keep the Muckraker. Huh. I suppose that the Phantom is negated under the Dark Ruler no more, so they won't be able to get rid of this, which is going to now allow us to have access. We're going to go for a Rage. So we're still going to go for that Rage there, and we're going to add back off Rage. No, we don't add back anything off Rage. We could have added back the Dark Beckoning Beast off the Raid that was popped. That was definitely a misplay there. They normal summon the Eagle and activate the effect, get hit with Valor, chain the Advent so we can still play through this, and then we Ash the Advent as well. Yeah, so we just search there. We get to then normal summon the Stree, chain link to Eaglin, and that's going to be banishing most likely our... What do you even banish here? So you could just banish the Yubel, but this is summon. It does summon from the banish zone as well. So I guess it doesn't really matter. We don't have any Fiendsmith cards in the graveyard at this point, but like you don't want this Squirmer to be able to summon back up that Spirit quite easily. So I would probably banish the Squirmer myself, or the Spirit. But we see them go for the Sequence instead, and then just pass turn searching or adding back that copy of Eaglin. We see another Spirit being drawn, so that's going to be a quite easy Phantom being made in the graveyard. And then we're going to go effect summon back out that Desiree. I guess that's probably why they banished the Sequence, because they know they're going to be able to summon back out the Desiree. Then re-equip it. We go for the Fiendsmith once again, going for the Engraver. And then we're going to be able to equip it to the Desiree there. And then we can go Squirmer, summon out Spirit. If we do play, it doesn't look like we do, we could push for the second Nightmare Pain. Shout out Max, he was on 2. But it looks like, you know, some players are not opting to play that online, which is very fair. We're going to go up into a Yama. Yama will then activate, adding back that Shavara. And we can just go Battle Phase here and attack over, dealing some damage. You know, we are going to be in a slow game. They have Eaglin and Empen in the hand, plus 1 unknown. And they draw into another Eaglin. So here we have... Couldn't the Desiree been equipped onto the Fiendsmith? Yeah, I feel like we should have done that. There was no reason to equip it to the Engraver. We should have definitely equipped it to the Desiree to have that negate. But we still have the Yubel, the Phantom. So we go Advent right away, banishing that Eaglin. And that's going to resolve. Searching for Robina. Normal Robina, chain link to Eaglin, adding itself back. And now we're going to be able to chain block it forever. You might just Phantom this because you don't really have the second Eaglin in hand. So this way they're going to not be able to search. Because like you don't care about the Stree at all. So there might be a world where they do try. No, they just don't. So there is a world. I don't think you're going to be winning regardless here. So there's no real point. We're going to normal summon the Eaglin, going to add that Stree. We add the Toucan to the hand. They chain the Shavara on the Desiree. This is going to make them have to commit another normal, popping this, and then making them have to commit to another normal summon. And then we see the Desiree going to be activated there. You know, they were hoping that they'd have to go for the Empen, but the Empen would have been destroyed off the Desiree, so this is why they have to go for that Stree. Stree is then going to activate the effect, and we pop it, and they banish the Advent just so they can add it back to the hand. And then we go for the Eaglin line here, so not even going for that Toucan, because we have used the Robina, or we have used the Eaglin, so we could have gone for the Toucan, a normal summon, adding that Robina as chain link 2, and then Toucan would have been able to add that Advent back for the follow-up turn. But we're going to be most likely searching for a trap card here, and this is going to be negating the Yubel, so it's not going to be able to be negated itself, which is kind of cool. So we see the Dreaming Town being searched, then we normal summon out that Toucan, adding back, and we don't chain the Robina there, interestingly enough. We're going to be protecting with that Muckraker. And they're going to set 2 and just pass like that. We see a Samsardi Lotus being drawn. That's not going to help us at all. We turn the Phantom into defensive position so that we can activate the effects. And we're going to go Muckraker, targeting the Desiree. Once again, summoning for the 3rd time. We're going to chain the trap to this, summon out the Stree. And they can't activate the Muckraker because of the M-Pen. I don't know how they forgot. I forgot. Yeah. And so now we're going to go with the Stree on the Engraver there. They only have 1 in the graveyard, so they won't be able to summon out another one. Yeah, definitely feels like a good hit. Then we chain the Eagle and summoning itself out. I feel like we're going to then also then just go for the Ryza. Ryza going to be chain link 1, Stree or Toucan going to be chain link 2. And the targets are going to be Phantom and Spirit, respectively, and the Yama. So yeah, at this point, we just lose. Because we can go normal summon, search for the Apex Avian. Then we can normal summon that out. Normal Toucan add back, then normal summon out the Apex Avian there. So we see Floowandereeze taking game 1 there. Very nice. Now moving on to game 2, we are going to be seeing Floowandereeze going second once again. I see triple good cards. But over here we see a Snow Rabbit. Ghost Ogre going to be able to be interacting with the field spell quite nicely. Imperm, 1-for-1 and an Engraver. So opening up triple hand traps, a very good hand traps as well versus Floowandereeze. You know, this is a rogue match, so going to be a little bit difficult. And then we see the Engraver as well. 1-for-1 can also be a combo piece because it has summon out the Samsardi Lotus. So we see both engines being accessible here, and then triple hand traps. And then over here we see Eaglin as well as the Advent, both part of our engine, to be able to let us play through hand traps as well. And we also see Dark Ruler in a more evenly matched and the Dreadful Dimension Shifter. So we're going to be most likely seeing the Dimension Shifter dropped in the draw phase. And that's going to be, yep, pretty impactful. We just passed turn on that. We realized we can't go for Engraver. We can't go for 1-for-1. There's no point of setting the Imperms. They're not going to be setting their cards, and you're not going to be negating it. So, you know, you just keep them in the hand as hand traps. And we're going to be seeing a Robina being drawn for turn, and our hand just got better. We normal summon out the Robina, activate the Imperm, we chain the Advent, and that's now going to resolve. We search for Toucan, but we should search for Field Spell. We're then going to normal summon out the Eaglin, and then they're going to chain the Robina. We have the Imperm on the Eaglin here, stopping that normal, which is why you want to search for the Field Spell here. Now, I'm pretending we don't know we have the Ogre in the hand, but if you search for Field Spell, you activate the effect, revealing that Eaglin, and then you can actually banish it, get the Toucan that you would have searched there, getting the additional normal at that point. You're still going to be kind of losing because, you know, Imperm's going to stop you, but then you have Field Spell when they normal next turn to get the effects off, which is, like, important. But there's going to pass turn on that. We see a Cosmic as well, and Shifter is now no longer going to be active. So we're going to be seeing the Engraver going to be activated now, searching for the Track. Track is then going to get us the Lurie. We all know how this goes. And then we're going to go for the Engraver line. We all know this Princess. And now here we discard once again for the 1-for-1. Getting that draw from Princess. Being able to just discard that monster there. Going to be the Snow Rabbit. So the reason why we destroy the Ghost Ogre, because we have Cosmic. It does not matter at all. Getting that additional draw off the Princess is going to be so much more important, and getting our engine as well. So it's like a double use for that 1-for-1, which is going to be very nice. We're going to see Princess drawing into a cross out. I don't think it's going to matter that much. We're going to go for the Spirit. Spirit's going to search for the Nightmare Pain. Nightmare Pain is going to destroy the Phantom. Going for the Squirmer. And then we're going to go for Yubel being summoned out by the Spirit. We're then going to summon out the Squirmer, destroying the Yubel, going for the Terror. We're going to link up, or going into a Phantom. Now we're going to link up into a Yama. Yama search. activate the effect of Engraver, putting back the Requiem to summon itself out, linking up with the sequence. Sequence going to be putting back all 3 to now give us access to Desiree. We're going to go up into the Yama once again, and then we'll be going up into the Squirmer. It's going to be banishing itself, summoning out the Spirit. Then we're going to be seeing the Shavara destroying the Spirit, summoning itself out, which will allow us to get the effect once again, summoning out the Yubel and the Yama, letting us have another Omni Negate, because we're going to be overlaying for an XYZ in a second here. We're going to see the sequence going to be attaching itself to the Yubel, just so we can play through some boards as well here, or not to the Yubel, to the Desiree. My bad. And so now we're going to go battle phase. Instead of going for the Varudris, we're going to just go attack. And so like this is going to be able to inflict damage. You know, it's only going to be 24, but it's still going to be a bit. And then we're going to be able to just attack as well for 4,000. And this thing gains as well. No, it does not. The other one gains. Okay. So here we're going to be attacking for some damage. And then we're going to be attacking over that, dealing another 2,000, and then we're dealing 6,000 total as well. So we are left with 100 life points. If it was not for that Advent, we would have had game. That's crazy. 100 life points there. And at the end of the battle phase, will we see it is the question, or are we going to save it for the next turn? I most likely are going to be assuming we're going to save it for the next turn, because Desiree is going to be able to just negate it right away, and then it's going to just have the continuous effect next turn as well. So we're not going to be going for that. And now we link for the Rage, just so that we can destroy it with the escape there. Just being an additional pop and then add back, which is going to be pretty nice. Then we go for the Varudris, and we're going to have now a double Omni Negate as well. We see the M-Pen being drawn for turn, and now Dark Ruler evenly matched might still get us there. We're going to see a Dark Ruler, chain Crossout, calling Talents, and then chain the Desiree to negate the Dark Ruler there. Then we can go battle phase, and we're going to be seeing the Varudris negate that evenly matched. And then main phase 2, Robina is going to be normal summoned. Remember, we're chaining the Eagle into this. And we're going to be searching for the Stree. We still have the Phantom as well as the Escape. Being able to pop, making sure that we just keep not having the bodies on the field to go up into a bigger body. So, you know, they have tribute summon 2 monsters for the M-Pen, and they are on this one continuous normal summon Stree. So they're going to be able to kind of stop. If we can stop that, it's going to be kind of important. So like we are always seeing here that we don't have anything to chain block. So we can just negate that Eagle in there with a Phantom. And then we're essentially going to have game. You know, we have, unfortunately, the Toucan and the Stree in the hand. Not going to be the greatest monsters. And then we just see the Yubel player win that game. You know, Floowandereeze just cannot take it. And so he says that, you know, he should have added Field Spell. They had the Cosmic, so it wouldn't have done that much. But whenever they would have had the normal summon, we would have gotten the effect. If they even did normal. I don't think they did it at all that turn. So, we're going to be seeing Flu start off with an Extravagance. I'm going to go over their hand. We Streak Strav, Harpies, Feather Duster, Duality, Robina, and a Crossout. And then on the opponent side, we see Dark Beckoning Beast, Centaur de Lotus, a Nightmare Throne. So we see 2, even 3 consistency pieces, you know, these being a 2-card combo, and then we have the Nightmare Throne as an extender, and then we have 2 hand traps. Very nice hand from the Yubel player. We're on 46 cards, very nice. These are the cans you're looking for, especially when you're playing as a deck like this. And then over here we see Extravagance. You know, we already mentioned all this. You have 2 draw cards, a defense card, and then like a unsearchable blowout going first card, and you see a Robina here. So, you know, these 2, very nice to see. If Droll is going to get dropped here, it's going to be quite devastating. So we banish 6, and we see SP, access code SP, Typhon, and Anima. All very good cards in the extra deck. We see that getting ashed. Then we go Duality. We hit Map, Double Thrust. We definitely just add Map here. There's 0 reason to not, as well as why didn't we cross out Ash? Interesting. But okay, I feel like we would have crossed out Ash there 100%. Letting us draw 2 cards is kind of crazy. Especially when those two cards would have been map and thrust. And then we would have been able to activate the thrust effect as well. So definitely a misplay on our part once again. They're going to now choose the map. Now if they would have just cross-outed that, they wouldn't have had to decide. They would have had them both in the hand. We now go for the normal summon Robina, Chainlink to Eaglin, adding that back to the hand. And like, having map plays through Imperm and Veiler. I'm assuming that's why they kept the cross-out for it, but it's not going to matter that much. Yeah, and then now they're just going to set one. They have a wind on the field, and that's just going to be pass. Yeah. So what are we holding cross-out for? If we're not cross-outing Veilers and we're not cross-outing Ashes, are we not playing those hand traps? Are we just playing those board breakers in our deck? What are we doing? I feel like that's just definitely unoptimal. And we're not even setting this. Like, we don't even have any blowout cards as well. Like, or it's not like, what's the point of this cross-out? We're going to normal summon the Dark Beckoning Beast. They're going to activate the effect. We chain the Heartbeat Feather Duster, and now we just can't activate anything else here. Wow, they said. Yeah, that's a crazy one. Think on what? Nightmare Throne? So we're going to activate Nightmare Throne, search for Spirit, and then we can actually go... We should go Battle Phase Attack. I mean... We can just still Wait, this isn't an act... Negate any monster effects your opponent activates. So we still have the effect. We can just normal summon the Samsardi Lotus. Not even link away. Just go battle, take the 6, and then make a Phantom with this. So that we have Phantom destroy Spirit from deck, summon out Yubel, and have a second negate with Lotus. Yeah. So we are doing that, okay. So we go normal summon, and then we're going to be able to do the exact thing we talked about here. Going for the Phantom, and then just passing turn on that. So now we're going to be seeing map can activate effect. We draw into a Floowandereeze Unexplored Winds. This card's going to be busted. We just play that there. Essentially going to be kind of facilitating us getting a game. But instead we go for the map instead. Play your cards, man. You got Crossout to protect. You got this card to destroy. You know, you just play this. And then you just activate the map, banish the Stree, search for Toucan or Robina or Eaglin. Actually, you'd go for Eaglin there for sure. My bad. So you're going to go banish the Stree, search for Eaglin, normal summon Eaglin, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 Stree, add itself back to the hand, and then you go over the Phantom as well as your old Robina for the new M-Pen. And then the Samsardi Lotus is turned off, the Yubel is turned off. It's because it has been tributed away, and you essentially have just game on board. Like, or I guess not game on board, but you have essentially everything going off here. You're not going to have the double negate. You clear the double negate just by that. So we see the map going to be activated as a misplay. We go banishing the Eaglin. We normal summon the Stree, activating the effect, and we're going to be banishing the Veiler. They chain Samsardi Lotus. Why do they do that? You're supposed to chain Phantom. This is going to destroy the Phantom. So you just lost a monster negate. What are we doing? Okay, so he realized he played that wrong there. Okay, definitely clicked on the wrong one. But we still going to activate the effect of Nightmare Throne to summon out that Yubel. And then Stree is still going to banish that Veiler and get the additional normal. We don't have any other cards of normal. We're going to set a cross out. And then end of main, we're going to activate Shavara. Destroying the Yubel. Yubel now will now trigger. Summoning with a Terror. And then they forgot they Streed that turn, so they try to go for an Anima. Yeah, okay. We quickly realize that. And then we just pass turn. We draw a Veiler. Yeah, that's a misplay. Misplay on this player for sure. Now we hit the cross out. I don't know why. And then misplay on these guys, but for not activating this Phantom first, having 2 monster negates on the field. We're going to put back the Phantom and the Samsardi Lotus for that second. Or put back Spirit and the Samsardi Lotus for that. Or my bad, Yubel. You guys know what I mean. Putting back to make a Phantom. Link for the Underworld, which now gives us access to the Fiendsmith engine. I can't believe we screwed that up. Like, We should have 100% had that game there. We're going to see us put back summon. Then we're going to be able to go up into a link. For sequence. Sequence can now let us have access to Aerial Eater. Yeah, Aerial Eater can then now dumping us the Spirit. And then we can go up into the Muckraker. Muckraker discards, summon out the Spirit. Spirit will then get the Nightmare Pain. Nightmare Pain gets us access to the Squirmer. Like, yeah, like at this point, we're just seeing Yubel play with itself because the Floowandereeze player unfortunately didn't really play it correctly. We would have an M-Pen on the field, and we would have not lost. We could have also even put back the draw. We're going to be seeing them banish some of the copy of the... we're just going for like a big push here. Trying to go for a game at this point. We're going to add back the Shavara with the Yama. And then we're big thinking on this. We have the Skirmer to summon back out the Spirit. Spirit can then get popped by the Shavara. I'm just going to go. Yeah, so here we're going to do that. Summon out the Spirits. Activate, yeah, destroy. We're going to summon out that Yubel. We're going to go battle phase now, and we're going to attack, dealing 16. Yeah, okay. And then we go attack, dealing 200. We're going to be leaving them on no cards. They have to top deck now a Flu monster to be able to resolve this. And even then, they're still going to be in a hard spot. We're going to link up into a Rage. We don't see Shavara because I sided it out. And we put back those two for the second Phantom. Third Phantom, my bad. We don't have a D-Lotus in the graveyard, right? Yeah, okay, we don't. Yubel will then destroy a card on the field. Very important to note. Doesn't really matter. We probably just tribute off anything else. And then now they realize they fumbled so hard. Yeah, you did a few times. You know, you should have went Chain Link 1, Eaglin, Chain Link 2, Stree, and just win. I mean, that wasn't your misplay. Your misplay was definitely the not activating the... Yeah, what is the crossout targets here? For Droll, no targets. All they do is Droll. That's that can't be right. That's crazy. You don't just set in crosshairs for Droll. Like, even Imperm is good. Ash is good to have. Like, what are your cards, man? Like, this is... I mean, that definitely was a misplay itself in the deck building choices. But regardless, we see Yubel in taking the match here against the Floowandereeze player. I definitely think that could definitely be a little bit more fine-tuned. It is a good matchup, you know, or a good choice for this format, especially with the Fuzros going to be the more played Molcharmy card. It's not going to get hit with it all. They're going to be like essentially hand looping themselves for one in the draw phase. So I definitely see the deck going to be a little bit more represented. It also can play Shifter, of course, so it's going to be quite nice, and it has like a floodgate-like effect. Regardless, if you're watching the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Stay safe. Peace.